Hi, you've tuned in to Radio Northern Beaches, your Listen Local station, right here on the Northern Beaches of Sydney. You can find us on your radio dial at 88.7 and 90.3 FM. Can't get to a radio? No worries. You can always stream our program live from anywhere in the world at rnb.org.au. And for listening on your own schedule, our podcasts are available globally at rnbpodcast.com.au. So be sure to follow and subscribe so you don't miss any episodes. Now, here is our latest podcast.
Hello, this is Maria Mai reporting from the Mundi Mundi Bash out here in Broken Hill. And the red dirt plains of far west New South Wales are alive with music, colour and community as a record crowd of close to 15,000 festival goers descends on Belmont Station for the Broken Hill Mundi Mundi Bash, the largest ticketed music festival ever staged in Outback Australia. I've been covering the behind the scenes of what's going on. If you haven't caught those episodes, please go back on our Radio Northern Beaches Highlights podcast channel and take a listen of those. Day one was with the volunteers. I spoke to a variety of volunteers there, and day two I spoke to the charities, Royal Flying Doctor Service and Big Blue Day, and I also spoke to the Australian Book of Records who are adjudicating today's events. Today we have actually the Big Blue Day. This is where everybody gets together in the formation of the Australian continent, including Tasmania. So that kicks off at 10 o'clock this morning. This festival is actually run by the Outback Music Festival Group, who also own the Birdsville Big Red Bash. And the festival here at Mundi Mundi officially runs from today through to the 23rd of August. Although myself included, people have been arriving since Monday this week in setting up and getting to know where everything is and, just partaking of the early bird activities that have been on offer. Yesterday last night I should say, kicked off the music, and on the lineup last night was Leroy Johnson and the Waterbag Band and The Boys, alongside returning legends Chocolate Starfish and the Headliners. So the Headliners is that group of people that formed a band as part of the ABC documentary, so you can always go back and watch that. It was fantastic to watch them performing again this year. In the next 3 days, the Bash will welcome more than 24 acts spanning generations and genres. We will have Brad Cox, Rose Tattoo, Ross Wilson, Shannon Knoll, Pierce Brothers, Thirsty Merc, Dragon, My Sex, Ziggy, 50 Years of David Bowie, starring Iota, Jeff Duff, Steve Balby, and Bryden Stace, Mick Thomas, 1920, Shantuzis, Caitlin Shadbolt, Missy Higgins, Hoodoo Gurus, The Cat Empire, Birds of Tokyo, The Angels, Casey Chambers, Kate Sobrano, and Leo Sayer. Wow, that was, I have to take a breath there. It was a long list to cover. So I'm really excited to be seeing all these bands in the next couple of days, and I'm hoping to interview maybe one or two of them. I'm not too sure, but we'll see what happens. Beyond the main stage, we have a round of renowned and quirky, only in the Outback experiences. We've got the Australian formation that happens today, but later on in the week we've got the Nutbush Dance World Record attempt, and this year it's the last dance, so they're finishing it off with this year's attempt, and the colourful Mundi Mundi Run. Both of those are for the Royal Flying Doctor Service, and I covered what that's all about in day two of my coverage. We have morning yoga, camel and helicopter rides, dunny door painting and outdoor cinema. In actual fact, yes, we caught the outdoor cinema the other day. On Tuesday evening we saw that, and that was really great. And we've also got Mental as Anyone podcast, Jonathan Moran, and he interviewed our very own Angry Anderson yesterday about his own personal lessons in mental health. Now, this Mundi Bash is the fourth Mundi Bash that's happened, and it is unmissable annual pilgrimage. I spoke to lots of people in the last couple of days, and while yes, the music is the draw card, it goes beyond the music. People like to get out here in the outback. It gives them a reason to drive all the way right on, or we're almost on the border of New South Wales and South Australia here, and just to sleep under the stars. There's a lot of people in their caravans and motorhomes, but there's still a vast number of people in tents, and they tell me it's quite warm in their tents at night, so it's not all too bad. Yeah, and this is a BYO function, so you've got to bring not only your alcohol and all your water, your drinks, your food, everything you have to cart from home. Yes, there is vendors here that you can buy your food and so forth, but a lot of people are bringing their own food and water at least. One of the questions that people ask is, what about the hygiene facilities? So the toilets and showers. Well, believe it or not, there's no water here. You have to cut it yourself. So if you want to take a shower, you've got to bring a lot of water with you, and if it fits in your vehicle. Otherwise, many people have what is known as a sponge bath or wet wipes or anything like that. It's not too bad. It's quite cold here, so you don't really work up a sweat or anything unless, of course, you go for a run. In terms of the toileting, there's compost bins here, and they have Dunny Angels. It's a volunteering position, and there's lots of them, as you can imagine, and there's lots of dunnies sprinkled all over this event, and very, very clean. Can't fault it, and it's just an absolutely surprisingly wonderful experience. Okay, so this festival actually draws in a lot of families, people with dogs. Not many festivals are actually dog friendly, but this one is. And if you have a dog, you get a sticker for your car saying that you have a dog, and that they will actually escort you or drive you to the dedicated allocated area for dogs, and they have created a huge pen, I should say, for the dogs to exercise in. It's not tiny. Actually, I would say 100-metre swimming pools, or maybe a little bit more. And the dogs can exercise there. Of course, everywhere else they're on leads. And yes, people have to pick up after their dogs. But there's a huge number of people that have brought their dogs. In actual fact, they have a dog dress-up competition. So you can dress up your dogs in, fancy colours and what have you. And there's a competition around that. So a lot of people here are retirees, or they're grey nomads, or just people that are on the road almost permanently or semi-permanently, and they put this on their list for the year, and they come here for a week. At the moment, they're expecting 6,000 or slightly more vehicles to be on here. Obviously, most vehicles have got 2 people and some singles, but the rest are families or more than 2 people in a vehicle / caravan situation. And you can come here in groups. So if you have a group of people that want to camp together, you have to roll in at the same time and sort of line yourselves up in formation, and then come in, and they will put you in a area where you can camp all together and be with your friends. Otherwise, it's first in, first served, so to speak. So the earlier you roll in, if you roll in on a Monday, they will escort you because they want everything to be fair and even, but they will start filling in the areas closest to the stage and work themselves back as the days progress. We're almost full. I think the rest of the concert goers will arrive today on Thursday. I'm actually losing track of what day it is. It's day 4 for me here. And the weather. What can I say about the weather? Now, on Monday when we arrived, it was bitterly icy cold. It was really freezing. I didn't expect that. And the first thing that we did was go to one of the vendors and buy gloves. We had beanies and scarves and all that, but we didn't think gloves were necessary, but my God, they sure are. And you know what? We only used them on that Monday because every day since then, it's actually getting progressively warmer. And I think the forecast for Friday and Saturday is actually in the low 20s. So I think it will be T-shirt weather. Before coming here, I did do my research and homework and spoke to people who have been here before. And they did tell me during the day it's T-shirt weather. But as the day progresses into the evening and night, you have to layer up and put those heavy winter warming clothes on again. Last night, yes, during the concert, I had to come and change and put heavier clothing on, because when you're sitting down and not moving around, that cold air sort of sits on your shoulders and on your body, and over time it does seep through to your bones. In the motorhome and all that, we're cozy warm here, so I'm snug in a bug, and it's just really lovely, so no problems there. We've got people in tents, like I said before, and I've asked them, how are you coping? Do you need anything from us? Because everyone here, this is another thing special about this place, is that people are really friendly, and just that mateship and camaraderie. You probably heard that word in my previous podcast, and I'm sure you'll hear it again. People are really welcoming. They sort of look after each other. So if someone needs something, you just have to ask a few people, and I'm sure that you'll get what you need. I know that people on the Facebook group, there's Facebook groups, but private Facebook groups that you can join. Travelling to Mundi Mundi, there's the Mundi Mundi Bash ones, there's quite a lot of them there, so if you're interested you can always join those groups. And people even now are still saying, if anybody's coming in today, can you stop by at Broken Hill to a camping supply store and get me some part that they need for their vehicle or something for their caravan. So, and people are responding and saying yeah, and they're finding out exactly what that need is and then going to Broken Hill and getting it. This is the type of, I guess, outback regional community spirit is all about. And it's really nice to see, in the city sometimes we don't get to see that strong community ties, but I'm telling you, it's alive and well out here, and I wish we can bring that more into our own backyard, into our own Northern Beaches community. The other thing that you can do is look at the Mundi Mundi Bash official Facebook public site, and every day they'll be posting photos of all the things that are happening here. I've been in the media tent, and there's about 5 or 6 professional photographers going around, not only snapping the concert but also what's happening on the ground at the vendors area, what they call the plaza. And just, people love a dress up, and people are dressing up every day in whatever crazy outfit they muster up. A lot of groups get t-shirts made and they wear them during the week, and that they belong to that group. And a couple of people are having milestone birthdays here. I've already seen a couple there, and they've brought all their mates and having a party here. And surprisingly, there was a couple that got married yesterday here, and I just thought, what a great little unusual venue to get married at and have your friends here. And they did get dressed up a little bit, and they had their dogs with them, and it was a unique wedding. Yeah, you can do lots of things here, I guess. So if you've got a milestone birthday coming up next year, I think the tickets for next year's bash are released, I think, in September or October. So just go to their website, mundimundibash.com.au, and you can check it out there. And so my intention today is to go out and speak to the people that are taking part of the Australia Formation World Record, and also any wild characters or larrikins that I can get my hands on that were willing to talk to me behind the mic. So tune in and we'll see where this mic takes me. Hey, it's Maria Mai, and I have a bunch of Big Blue Day participants here, and I have
Nadine Gosper,
Shawn Parnell,
Tania Parnell,
Darin Druitt,
Kylie Russo,
Lance MacDonald from Townsville.
And did I miss one?
Peter Gosper, yep.
And I just want to know, why are you guys, you're all dressed the same, you've all got the same blue shirts, where are they from? Do you have something on the back of them, or just that beautiful blue colour?
Just for the Blue Day today.
Yes, and why are you doing this? Why this and not Nutbush, or are you doing Nutbush as well, and all the Mundi Undies runs?
It's just a good cause to raise awareness for mental health, and there's a lot of people struggling out there at the moment, and it's good to have a big heart and just spread the love and spread the word that we're all one really at the end of the day, and just get in and be mates and love and be kind. That's it.
Perfectly said, thank you. And I'm going to ask you, what part of Australia do you want to be in the formation?
We're going north where it's a bit warmer.
Wishful thinking. It's a beautiful day today. What are you talking about?
It's a beautiful day today.
And we're
New South Wales.
New South Wales.
New
Is that
South
where you want to be? I don't think you get a say though, do you?
No, we don't get a say. They just march us in there.
They just and then you shuffle in and you just stand. How long does it take? This is my first time here, so I don't know.
It's our first year too.
Oh, so you don't know? Does anybody know?
Usually it's pretty quick. If everyone gets in together and gets nice and close, it's pretty quick. But last year, probably about half an hour or so.
Okay.
So it wasn't too bad. It's very, very well organised. So for anyone that wants to come out to Mundi Mundi, I solely recommend it. Like, it's awesome.
And that's exactly right. This whole event, this whole festival is very well organised, and I think that's why us in our generation, Generation X, I gather, we like it because we like structure and organisation, right? And Casey Chambers is doing her sound check behind us, so hopefully you guys can hear that back home as well. Thank you, everybody. Enjoy the day.
Enjoy your time.
Thank you. Happy Mundi Mundi.
Mundi Mundi.
Mundi Mundi.
Thank you.
Thanks, see ya.
Oh, we're going in.
Oh, okay. Very, very quickly. I've got I think the only Bulldog supporter here on in the big blue day. I can't talk. What's your name?
My name's Cooper.
Cooper. And what enticed you to, be so brave to wear the Bulldogs jersey?
Oh, I like to embarrass myself a little bit, Just got to show the pride in the embarrassment, really.
Oh, my God. And hang on. I'll go from top to bottom. You've got the blue wig. You've got the Bulldogs jersey, the scarf, the tutu, the Bulldogs, shorts. And what's this thing on your knee? That looks like a garter belt. It looks very sexy indeed.
The Tigers hurt us about 2 weeks ago in the wet, so, it's been a bit hard to take it on. So, just...
Well, you enjoy your day, and you better go off and go and form the Australian continent.
Sure will.
See ya, you two guys. Bye. Hello. It's Maria Mai again, and I am with the Dodgy Dave Tours, Mundi Mundi 2025. And who have I got here?
You're talking to Dodgy, as per the back.
So you're Dave, you're the Dodgy Dave.
Dave, yeah. They call me. What could go wrong?
Okay, and you are?
Crazy Kez. Delicious Debbie.
Richo.
Richo.
Macho Man. Macho Man, Mark.
Luscious Lisa.
Luscious Lisa, okay. So who came up with your names? Did you come...
Dodgy, yeah. Dodgy by name, dodgy by nature.
And what do you actually do?
We're all hard-working retirees, just slacking off.
But no, so the Dodgy Dave's Tours is not a really ridgy-dig tour.
No. If you want to pay me some money, I'm sure we can work something out.
Because it sounds like... I think you've got a really good, business venture here. Dodgy Dave's Tour. What could go wrong?
Pay me the money and let's find out.
So tell me, where are you from?
We're from Melbourne, outer suburbs, outer eastern suburbs, the Yarra Valley. Yeah.
Near the Yarra Valley area.
Right. Okay. So when did you arrive here?
We come in, Tuesday? Yeah, we're 3 days early, and we're a couple of days after, so yeah. And we're heading off to the Flinders Ranges after this. So.
Oh, okay, lovely.
So we are having a tour. So we are going on our tour afterwards.
Yeah.
So this is a pit stop within the itinerary. That's right. That's your Dodgy Dave's Tours itinerary. Who comes up with the itinerary?
I did, yeah. Hopefully we make it. We'll see what happens.
I'm sure you'll be fine. So you're in three vans, yeah, and you all parked together here?
Yeah, and a little corral up the back there, yeah, all parked in nicely. Yeah.
3 groups to a 3-group setting site. So, so we've got a fire in the middle.
Right, and how satisfied are you with the festivities so far?
Oh, the facilities are fantastic. We're having a ball.
The organisation of getting us in was fantastic. Didn't have to wait. Easy driving.
Yeah, it's just been great. It's really good.
It's been awesome. From booking the tickets were easy, getting them on time, all came, no problems, and it's been great while we've been here.
And you've all made a stunning effort with matching T-shirts and tutus for the girls and wigs for everybody. And even the guys.
Wait, this is not a wig. Wait, this is us.
And is this what draws you here? It's the getting dressed up and the just being silly for a day or two?
Yeah, it is. And such a great cause too. A great way to promote the cause, and everyone can have just fun and really get it out there. It's
well, you guys have an awesome day, and thank you for putting in the $15, $16 or whatever it was to raise money for Big Blue Days. So I'm going to let you go. They're almost going to let everybody go in. And do you want to be a certain part of Australia? Any ambition?
No, we'll just fit in wherever. It's all good.
All good. You just. I don't know what way they're going to line it up, but you might either be Western Australia or New South Wales from this end of the woods.
Right, depends what they fill up first. I think
We'll try to get into Sydney.
Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Thank you.
Hello, it's Maria Mai, and I have Jonathan Moran with me, JMO. And Jonathan has written a book, and yesterday here at the Mundi Mundi Bash interviewed Angry Anderson, Mental as Anyone. Welcome.
Thank you so much. I'm thrilled to meet you and be here for our first Mundi Mundi Bash together. It is so exciting, and I love the idea that this festival brings together so many wonderful characters. And I interviewed Angry Anderson yesterday on stage. It was a first for me, 10,000 plus people in the crowd. And it was for my podcast, Mental as Anyone. And as you said, I've got a book out called Mental as Anyone as well. And it's all about uniting and celebrating our differences and realising that we're all not unique in our struggles. And in that, hopefully that brings us closer together.
Yeah, we all have something happening in our lives, and some people are better at coping than others maybe, and there's no shame in that. And whilst we think that we are coping, sometimes we're not. We think that we're coping, oh yes, I'm going to yoga, or yes, I'm doing this or that, but it manifests in other ways. So you might get psoriasis, or you might get alopecia, or you might get some other sort of trigger or something like that.
It's a really interesting point, because I thought I was on top of things recently, and then my book came out and I was like, I'm fighting fit, I'm ready to go, and the book's going to be everywhere. It's released in the UK, in the US, in Asia, it's a big deal. It's being released everywhere. In stores, at the airports, it's all over the place. And I was so excited. This is, it's not easy to get a book published with a major publisher. And Maria, I have to admit that I fell over during the publicity of this book, because it takes a lot talking about your trauma, and takes a lot talking about hitting rock bottom and coming out the other side, because I don't hide anything. I've been to the lowest of the low, and I could never write a book that wasn't telling the truth about that. I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. But the truth is, I had to go to my psychologist the other week, and I just said, I'm a mess. I'm a 1 out of 10. I'm not coping. And my nerves were shot. I was like, am I going crazy? I mean, I'm already crazy. I'm mental. I love that word, mental. But what's going on in my mind? And 1 hour with my psychologist felt like a lifetime of therapy, and it was amazing. And it was this massive realization that I still need to keep working on this, and I know, and I knew that, and I know it, but it was a real wake-up call for me that this is a constant thing for me.
So do you think we live too much in our heads, and we create our own little calamities and crises, and when we speak to someone who knows what they're doing, it's not just a friend, or because sometimes speaking to a friend or family, that can actually make it worse, I find, and speaking to someone who's knowledgeable, then they can put things in perspective to us, because we live so much in our heads, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, I do want to say if this conversation is triggering for anyone, please reach out to Lifeline 13 11 14, because I don't hide from this stuff. Do we live in our heads? Yes, we do, because for me it's an escape from the reality of the world. But the fact is, I have a diagnosed chemical imbalance, and I take medication for that. I have no shame about it. I feel a sense of purpose and a sense of responsibility to the community, to myself, to my loved ones, to speak up and be open and honest about it, because I know that there are other people out there that don't have the strength or the platform to be able to talk about mental health in the way that I do. And so we've taken great strides. We've moved forward, but we haven't taken a far enough step. We need to leap and bound. 9 people take their life in Australia each day. It's too many. 7 of those are men. Why are men not reaching out for help more? This is way past crisis.
Is it because they're hesitant to ring someone up, or as men that they're the ones that have been told as children that they've got to man up? You can't cry. You've got to bottle it up. And we sort of brush over that kind of thing, and we don't give them the same leeway as we do girls, unfortunately.
Yeah, and I do work with Gotcha for Life, Gus Warland, who does incredible work, and recently we had a really interesting chat where he spoke about kids' emotional tap being turned off kindergarten, year 1, year 2, year 3, when they're told it's weak to speak. And so that's why we need to make speaking a norm. But I also think, and I'm not sure how I articulate this, but I also think that we're at risk at the moment of dismissing some mental health things as snowflake generation, that people are just too light on. They're making stuff up, or they need to get over themselves and so on. There is a difference, and there are legitimate mental health things going on. Lifeline this year is going to get more than 1.5 million calls. I know that because I'm an ambassador for them, and I am we've got the Out of the Shadows walk coming up with them in September, and that's to honour it's 9Ks, and it's to honour the 9 Australians that die every day. Last year, we at Lifeline received more calls than we've ever had in its 63-year history.
Wow.
So people need more help than ever, and we know why. Cost of living, different stresses. So financial is a huge issue. So we need to take this further.
What about schools? I mean, do you find, because I think it all starts at a young age, and do we need to teach coping mechanisms at a young age, that if things go wrong, whatever happens, that these are the tools that you can go, these are the resources, start from primary school and especially high school?
We absolutely need to teach these things. I'm not a medical professional. Yeah. I am living proof that you can go to hell and back. And when I say that, I've attempted my life, I've attempted it multiple times, and I've been in a psych ward. I have been there, and I've done it. And I have no regrets in my life because I don't have time for regrets. I've got to live my life to the full because I've found purpose and found a reason to live. But yes, we need to teach these things to kids, and it's not a matter of going just step up, man up, let's move forward. It is a matter of providing safe spaces, and I feel that we've gone to the point where we ask, are you okay? And that's a really important question. But is the person asking that question willing to hear the answer? Yes. And is the person being asked that willing to tell their truth, or feeling safe enough to tell their truth? And that is a calamity, because we've hit a stalemate, so to speak. We've hit a barrier, and I think to move forward, we've got to take great strides in that area to make it a safer space for those conversations to happen. And that's why when people ask me how I am, 1 to 10, if I'm a 5, I'll tell them I'm a 5 out of 10. I give it a number.
Yeah, we should actually be authentic within ourselves and really say, if you are a 5. Yesterday I was on a high in the morning, and by the afternoon I was a bit feeling flat. I didn't want to sort of burden anybody else with my feelings.
Absolutely. And you're a woman who's lived your life. It's not easy to say, hey, you don't want to ruin the mood, you don't want to dampen the mood of people out here at the festival. And why, you also think, well, what have I got to be sad about? But it's all relative, right? So I think it's really important that people try and be honest and speak their truth, while not just dumping their trauma on a table and leaving it with people, but just being truthful. And if you can't, that's okay too, because I'm going to be truthful about it to hopefully open up that door for you to be able to, when you feel safe to do so, because I don't want people to feel judged for not being able to have that strength, because it takes a lot of strength. And when you're literally just struggling to get out of bed in the morning, to be able to then go, hey, yeah, well, I'm not feeling great. It's become part of my daily practice.
Yeah. And just to be kind, because you don't know what's going on in people's lives and what's in their heads. So if somebody, pushes in front of you in the car or in parking lots or whatever, or someone's being sort of unusual, their behaviour, just let it go. Just be kind.
Yeah, their intent is not necessarily to be...
You don't know what's going on.
Yeah, and so I've been writing in the book when I've been going around doing book signings and things like that. And I've been writing in them, be kind to yourself. And at some point I'm like, does that sound naff? And then it's one of the great lessons that I've learnt, because what goes on in my head is I'm often not kind to myself at all.
Who is?
And so to remind myself to be kind to me is a huge thing. And yeah, it might sound naff, but it's actually a beautiful message.
Yeah. Speak to yourself as you would a friend who is going through the same thing, as they say. Now tell me, let's lighten the load here.
Yeah.
Who are you here to see in terms of music?
Look, I'm just here to soak up the mood. I've been to many music festivals around the world. I've been to film festivals. I'm obviously an entertainment journalist by day at the Daily Telegraph. And I've been blessed and had the great privilege to do that. Chocolate Starfish on the first night was just extraordinary. Casey Chambers, I love. Shannon Knoll, Caitlin Shadbolt. I just love seeing it. But as much as seeing the performers, I like seeing the crowd.
Yes.
I'm the one walking around, just in the crowd, just watching people watching. That's such a beautiful thing to me, because music is healing.
Yeah, people watching is better sometimes than the show. I know, but every performer in the next couple of days is great. Absolutely. They're legends in their own right and so forth. So thanks a lot for your time, JMO. Jonathan Moran and his book, Mental as Anyone. It's out now, right? And try to get a hold of it for yourself and then pass it on to all your friends, because I'm sure everyone can benefit.
Go to the library if you need to. Do whatever you need to do. It's at the libraries. It's on Audible. It's at all the bookstores. Yeah. But just, it's got some good messages, and it has a toolkit. So Dr. Jodie Lowinger has written with me. We've got a toolkit for people. So we're not just dumping the trauma on the table. We're going, how do you get out of that? And here's some thought starters. Here's some stuff to help someone else go through if they're going through something, or to help yourself if you're going through something. So it's all very well and good to dump your trauma on the table, but without giving people any strategies or any things for their toolkit. I see it as like a little
a sexy belt around your carpenter's belt.
Yeah, and I fill it up with things that I need metaphorically.
Yeah, that's what I was talking about before about how do you get out of it? How do you cope? The mechanisms and all that. So it's good to see that you've got that toolkit, because you're absolutely right. People can talk about it and you go, well, what do I do? What do I do about it? And that sort of having a list of strategies that will work for you, or try one. If it doesn't work, get into the next one, and so forth. So thanks a lot, Jonathan Moran.
Thank
JMO.
you so much. Thank you for having me, and thank you for sharing your beautiful energy.
Thanks. Thank you. Hi, it's Maria Mai, and I have Luke Hamdorf here with me, Promotional Vehicles. Hi, Luke.
Oh, g'day, Maria. How are you?
Good. Thank you for talking to us. I really appreciate it. Now, tell me, what are you doing here at Mundi Mundi Bash?
Well, what we're doing at the Mundi Mundi Bash is a bit of a support act, a bit of a side thing for the patrons to enjoy. I build and rent out and lease and commission build Mad Max vehicles and any promotional vehicles for people to use. So, yeah.
I saw them out there in the plaza where all the vendors are, food shops and all that, and I've taken photos. They're very interesting vehicles. Were they actually in any movies or anything?
No, unfortunately they're not. But two of them. So I've got the Interceptor, which is a V8 Interceptor, and that's based predominantly around Mad Max's car, which is Mel Gibson from Mad Max 2, which was actually shot here in Silverton. Now that's a copy of that vehicle, so it's a Ford XB Coupe with the blower and injector hat and the long-range fuel tanks in the back and the side pipes and all the cool stuff. And also I have a buggy that we've named the Roo Buggy, and that's actually a copy of a buggy that was in that first scene in the movie as well. So that's a really cool thing. Another vehicle we've got here for this event is a Volkswagen that we've named the Corpse Wagon, so that's pretty cool. You know, you sort of toy on that. And we also have a little go-kart that's called the Bullet Farmer, and it's got a international tractor grill on the front and a rusty seat you sit on, and you know, spikes and lots of bullets and crazy things. So yeah, it's really cool. And the artists love it, the patrons love it. I was just got out of the car with Shannon and Noel. We were just ripping some donuts out the back, and then it was awesome. You know, we're just kicking up rocks the size of bloody basketballs. You know, so yeah, that was pretty cool.
That is cool, and I missed it. I wish I knew about it. I would have loved to see it. So, can people ride these cars at the show? At the event?
Unfortunately, we sort of logistics-wise, it's a little bit hard at the moment. But moving forward, I think talking with Greg, there could be something on the cards to involve the public. Just the same as you could jump on a helicopter here or a camel, for that matter. I'd like to eventually sort of lead towards that for people to jump in and have that experience. You know.
And Hamdorf promotional vehicles. You only do Mad Max, or what else do you do?
Well, I build cars. I've been doing this now for full time for about 2.5, 3 years. Prior to that, I had a workshop up in the Adelaide Hills, and for a number of years, and I just sort of branched out, and always been a lover of cars and everything fast and everything mechanical. So a little bit self-taught and learned a lot of things along the way, a lot of mistakes, but no, it's been really good. I've got a hot rod on the go at the moment, actually, a 1932 Ford Coupe. That's pretty cool. Tiranas and movie cars. I've actually got a few movie cars and builds on the go too, so that's really good.
So any movie director or anyone like that needs a car, they come to you, is that right?
Yeah, correct. You just give me a call. You can jump on Facebook or the socials and find us. We can commission a build. We also do static display vehicles with full sound and light shows as well. So if anyone's been to Silverton, which is here in Broken Hill, just up the road from Mundi, there's a little Volkswagen out the front called the Interceptor Love Child. Now, I built that for Pete and Patsy at the pub, and now that has little hidden buttons everywhere, and it says quotes from all the different Mad Max movies. So that's a real eye catcher, that one. It's loud and it's awesome and lights up at night. It's really good. It comes into its own at night, actually.
Yeah, I've seen that, and it's just amazing. And it is, whilst I was there having a drink, so many people were taking photos of that car. So it's a real draw card, if I can say that. And so you would be able to commission something like that for anyone on the beaches that would like to, have some kind of attraction other than, the venue itself.
Yes, exactly right. So the sky's the limit at the end of the day. Whatever your imagination is, and I can help out. So a lot of the times I like that creative freedom. So if you can give me a few key points on what you want in your business and what you like to represent, I can sort of achieve it, I guess. Yeah.
So what about Star Wars? May the 4th be with you, or something like that?
Yeah, that's right. We can do anything. So whatever you like. Yeah, bloody.
Well, that's a great imagination, and you will build it for them. And would you suggest the type of vehicle, or you would take inspiration for whatever the theme is?
Yeah, I guess you'd sit down with the client and just see which way they want to go. And at the end of the day, you've sort of got to pick something that's relevant to the area or the business that you're doing. Obviously, the bug in Mad Max, we didn't have an Interceptor Coupe because they are quite expensive. So we've done a cross between a Interceptor Coupe from Mad Max 2 and a Volkswagen. If they went out one night, if you read the little billboard that Pete and Patsy have there, it gives you the full rundown in regards to that. But essentially, it's a mating of two vehicles, the Ford Interceptor, Mad Max car, and a Volkswagen Beetle. One night they went out and got on and come back, and there it is. And there's still a DNA test is still going to be determined in regards to who's the father, but I'm pretty sure we know who it is. Yeah.
And so you're from the Adelaide Hills. When did you arrive here?
We come up Saturday. We got here at Saturday, and
last week.
Yes, correct. Yeah, so there's been a bit of setting up to do and things of the like. So we do help out at the hotel a bit there, and their lead up is quite busy there. So we're friends of the family there, and then obviously setting up on site. So I've actually I've been asked to sort of play on stage and do some sound effects and things like that as well, which we do. That said, I've built a guitar especially for this event. Now it's a real Mad Max inspired guitar with lots of car parts on it, and it's real sort of heavy, and it's got parts off a Valiant Charger, it's got Tirana parts, it's got gauges and switches and really cool stuff. So that was played last night when we unveiled the Big Mick Thunder rig. So that was pretty cool. So
I missed that. I don't know where I was. Are you playing that again?
It will be played again, yes. We have a fella that plays that. Penguin, his nickname is Matt, yeah, so he'll have a go with that. He's actually part of the Crack Up Sisters with Amanda. And we'll be back on stage with those guys tomorrow night. And I get up there and do some sort of raw, Mad Maxy sort of stuff. And it's just a bit of fun, yeah.
Do you remember the first Mad Max movie? I was in high school, and my first crush ever was Mel Gibson, and of course nobody else wanted to go with me, so I went by myself to the movies at Hoyt's at George Street in the city. Do you remember seeing the movie when you were young?
Oh, definitely. And I've been a massive fan of cars ever since. I'm predominantly a sort of GM guy, Holden guy, but even the Holden guys love that car. It's so iconic, and there's a massive cult following for that Mad Max thing worldwide, especially in places like Japan. Like the first #1 Mad Max was a lot of motorbikes, and they just go nuts for it. They love it. They just build replica bikes, and so a lot of our motorcycles from Australia go over there, and the UK and America are also really big, and South Africans, yeah.
So in terms of, are you staying here in a caravan, or are you going back into town every day to Silverton?
We go back to Silverton. We stay at the Penrose Park there with Adam and Maria down there, actually. So yeah, they look after us really well, and we're real lucky to score a cabin there. So we've sort of got a few there. So we do float in and out throughout the days, but on the lead up, generally these next 3 days are quite hectic. So once an artist gets off stage and they want to do a photo shoot with a vehicle, it's go, go, go. You jump in, quick, Nosey wants to go, someone else wants to go, then you'll jump in, do a couple of donuts, set it up, take some photos, and then pop back and wait in queue for the next artist to come in.
How lucky are you? You've got a draw card with the cards, and they come to you, the performers, and wanting to have a go. You don't have to ask them to come, so very fortunate you are. Now, in terms of music, who are you keen to see?
Sorry.
In terms of music, who are you keen to see?
Well, look, here's another one. I'd love to see Rose Tattoo, Youngry Anderson. He was actually in a Mad Max movie, which was Thunderdome. So his character was called Iron Bar. I've actually made a little replica of the head that he was wearing, and it was it was a doll's face with the black hair, and it's strapped on, right? So I think he's keen to have a look at that. Obviously, Thirsty Merc, awesome. Casey Chambers, going to be awesome to watch as well.
She was doing her sound check earlier today, and it was absolutely awesome, and that was just the sound check.
Yeah, that's right. She did actually come off the stage, and I had that little buggy, the Bullet Farmer we were just talking about, out the back, and I come out and she's sitting on it. She said, this is so cool, can I take this out bush with us and I can cruise around? I said, mate, I'll build you one. How's that?
Well, thanks for your time, Luke. I really appreciate you talking to us. And Luke Hamdorf from Promotional Vehicles. So if that's something that you're interested in, you mentioned socials. What are they?
We can just jump onto Facebook at the moment and check out Hamdorf Promotional Vehicles. Send us a message through on that. We're just a little bit old school that way, but we'll get in contact with you, and would love to discuss anything you might want to build in the future.
Thanks, Luke. Really appreciate it. Hey there guys, it's Maria Mai, and look what I have found, 2 Manly supporters. So I had to stop them and say hi because they're locals, right?
Yeah, that's right. We're all the way from Frenchs Forest. This is our 2nd year at Mundi Mundi, so we're loving it.
And your name?
My name's Shawn, and...
Hi, I'm Mel, and yep, we're here with a group of 13 keen Manly supporters.
And you're proudly wearing the maroon colours, and how does that feel?
Yeah, fantastic. We're all here. All 13 of us are here in Manly colours today, especially given that Ross Wilson is in the lineup today, and he'll be singing Eagle Rock. So, yeah, we'll be out loud and proud in the front of that performance when Ross comes on.
So you'll all be standing up doing the Eagle Rock, and I'm sure I'll spot you there. I mean, like I did now, you know, I thought, is that actually Manly colours or is that Queensland colours? So I had to sort of come around and have an actual look, because sometimes, you know, you can easily mistake that. So what brings you here? Like, tell me, is this your first time?
Yeah, this is our second time to Mundi Mundi. Well, look, we're road trippers. We love getting out in the outback of Australia. And when you can combine that with a great cause and Australian rock music, there's nothing better. It's just a fantastic place, great weather. Look at this, not a cloud in the sky, and it's just great to be in the outback.
What day did you roll in?
So we came in on Wednesday morning, so we all met together. We camped overnight near Menindee and then all drove in together so that we've got a campsite together proudly. The Eagles flag is flying above our campsite.
How did you find the rolling in and checking in sort of process?
Easy. We found it much quicker this year than last year. We came in about the same time as last year. Very efficient, very well organised. Didn't take too long this year.
Is this part of a bigger trip, or is this after this you're going home?
Yeah, this is part of a bigger trip. So after here we leave for Tibooburra and Cameron Corner. And then the cut line, hopefully if the roads are open, they have been closed, down to Luth and Trilby Station, and then on to the Warrumbungles. So we've got another 10 days after we leave Mundi Mundi.
What do you hope to do at Cameron's Corner? My friend used to run the pub there, you know, the station there.
Yeah, look, we've never been there before. Last year after Mundi, we went to the Flinders Ranges and the Birdsville Track. We just like to do something different every year. So this year, yeah, we'd never been to Cameron Corner, and you know, great place to go and stand on the corner of three states. Looking forward to it.
Yeah, one day my bucket list is to be there on New Year's Eve and celebrate 3 New Year's Eve. You know, with the time differences and all of that. That's a bit of a wish list for me. So what do you expect to be doing these coming days? Today you said about Ross Wilson. Anyone else that you're keen to see?
Yeah, look, we're keen to see another Northern Beaches famous rocker in Angry Anderson and Rose Tattoo. We love them. We love the Angels, so they're on today as well, I think. Yeah, we're really looking forward to the lineup. It's a fantastic lineup.
Stephen Balby also from My Sex and Noiseworks, and he's a local Northern Beaches. There's a lot of local Northern Beaches people here, and I mean the founder Greg Donovan, his brother Neil, his children, they're all from the Northern Beaches. And I don't know about you guys, but I feel a little bit proud that you know, Northern Beaches people rock.
Yeah, I completely agree. We always bump into people from the Northern Beaches. We've been stopped several times already this morning, including by Noel Cleale's wife, ex-Manly player, legend of Manly, stopped us in the plaza just a few moments ago for a photo. So, yeah, look, what better to you know, support your local team and be out here in the outback supporting Australian music, which I think is awesome.
Well, thanks a lot for stopping by and talking to me. You saw the Facebook post that I'm here covering the Mundi Mundi, and if anybody's listening to this and you see my Radio Northern Beaches hat and my microphone, stop me and I'll interview you as well.
Fantastic. Yeah, congratulations on making the trip out, and yeah, supporting community radio is a great thing.
Yep, and trying to get Radio Northern Beaches out there in the publicity and people to listen. So Radio Northern Beaches highlights on any podcast channel or wherever you get your podcasts is where I'm uploading my reports, daily reports and interviews, hopefully with some of the performers. And also Radio Northern Beaches, 88.7 and 90.3, and you can stream anywhere in the world, rnb.org.au.
Fabulous. Thank you very much. Have a great day.
Thanks. Have a great festival.
Australia, the lucky country. We've got meat pies. We've got the world's best beer. But most importantly, top of the list, we've got Radio Northern Beaches 88.7, 90.3. Now hitting the entire world on www.rnb.org.au.